How many times have you done ayahuasca?
I just discovered it. I've only done it 10 times now.
How the fuck you just discover it and you've done it 10 times? How? So, the Moose Lodge, where's your mom at in this situation?
She's old school Mexican lady. Mind your business. You know, she talked her shit, but it fell to deaf ears. You know, there was no controlling my daddy. He did what he did.
Yeah.
And that was that. But yeah, she's just old school. You know, they don't believe in divorce. They don't believe in that. I mean, it's fucked up, but we're all healed up now. But yeah, she was pretty much a doormat to my father the entire time until he left her. But you know, I'm funny. You know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
Funny doesn't ferment in a good home.
So wait,
a good childhood or whatever.
You speak Spanish?
Poquito. It was my grandparents came here, you know, it's pretty racist, and they came here in like the 30s or 40s in the projects in Los Angeles, and they try to hide it because, you know, they got beat and spit on and whatnot. And so even my first generation American aunts and uncles, a lot of them aren't fluent. My mom's the only one that's fluent. And then when it came time to teach us, it was kind of like, we're American. You speak English here, you know? So it's very it's very weird. Like I am Mexican and I love my culture. I know I look white as shit, but also
you don't look
like,
that white. It's just the hat. It's just the hat.
Like, I got that Texas in me.
Yeah, you look Tex-Mex.
Yeah, I got that like it's America, you know. But also, it's in my act. I say my dad's like poquito racist. He says like build the wall. I'm like, what about mom, man?
Yeah,
just shit like that. The obvious, but it's my family. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It seems you definitely should have been in foster care. Like starting off early, I'm like, I relate to a lot of this chaos. This chaos sounds very comforting. Well, I'm like, oh, I remember hanging out in bars. Like, what was the first drink you ever had? Do you remember? Like the first thing you ever drank, first piece of alcohol, like sip of alcohol you ever had? And who gave it to you?
Yeah. I was always sneaking them. I would sneak sips of my uncle's whiskey and tequila. I must have been like, oh, bro, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. My daddy's beers. He'd let me try it, though. Yeah, just little. But I didn't like it at that age. And then I grew up, and then I just started drinking. Yeah, at like 15. Weed came in sooner. I was 12. Weed was like, oh, there you are. Oh, there you are.
How'd you find weed?
Love.
Who introduced you to weed?
My sister. She's 7 years older than me.
Oh, did she give you some good shit?
So she was like 18. Yeah. And yeah, my cousins had the schnickel fits. But they had both. They had Kush. They basically caca weed, boo-boo weed.
Trash juice.
Sticks and seeds. Yeah. But
Should they give you a headache?
Sometimes sprayed with, you know. Yeah.
No, tell them what it's sprayed with, because I've been trying to tell people this. I was trying to tell my lady this.
PCP.
Thank you, because I'm gonna play this episode PCP for my lady.
Yeah.
She and what else? PCP. And did you ever hear roach spray and boot spray?
Yeah, bad stuff, bro.
Yeah,
bad stuff. I did it once. I got an ounce for $40, and I never did it again. It was disgusting.
Wait, what you spray on?
Stepped on weed, brick weed. I didn't spray shit. It came sprayed. Like I wasn't adding to it. It
Oh,
was garbage, bro.
Could you taste it? You was like, that's Febreze? Like, what the fuck is that? Windex?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It taught me how to roll joints, though. I remember I was like, I bought an ounce, and I was like, I'm gonna sit here till I can roll a joint, and then I did it. I taught myself. I've been rolling since 12.
That's an engineer brain right there.
But they had the Kush too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure this shit out, but only with that.
That's your Rubik's Cube. That's the hood of Rubik's Cube. Fucking rolling weed.
And I can roll one-handed in the dark.
And the thing is, you develop that skill in the dark. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was like, they had that good shit too. It was a choice. Do you want God's weed or the devil's weed? What do you want?
So, he left. So before we started recording, you were talking about your relationship with weed. When did your relationship with weed started at 12, but when did it really become that thing that you did every single day? Like, when did it become a coping mechanism? Immediately? You discovered it can be a coping mechanism like later in life, or like from that moment? That's how it was introduced to you.
It was for funsies until about 15, 16, and then it took over.
What changed at 15, 16?
I started selling it. I started hustling and selling weed, and then I realized I get more, and I liked the feeling. It made me feel good. It made me cool, and and you're the weed man in Los Angeles, and you got the good shit, and you know how it goes. And,
I sold weed.
Yeah, I sold weed for like 13 years.
13 years. I sold it for maybe like 13 hours.
Yeah, I was good at it. I was a good bad drug dealer. I would sell drugs to fund my habit. So I was just about breaking even. Like how much weed can I ingest and sell, or cocaine, or Vicodin, or Oxycontin, or whatever the poison may have been.
At 15, you were doing those at 15?
The narcotics crept in a little bit later. Pills started in high school as funsies, and then they went dark. They're highly addictive, and nobody knew nothing then. This was 2002. Nobody knew you could die. Nobody knew how addictive they were. But all of a sudden, I say that I share this a lot because it's a good analogy. But like the pills games was fun. Like we'd get a prescription of Vicodin for our tooth, tooth hole right there, and then we would share it. We'd be like, "Hey, here you go, Monroe. Here you go. Here you go." And then maybe like 1 year later, if we dropped a pill on the floor, it was like, "Don't fucking move." And I say the joke like it turns you into Batman. Like, where is it? Where is it? And you're just like, I saw it change us. It corrupted us.
Damn.
It went from, "Here you go, Mike," to like, "Where's my fucking shit?" With your best friends. It was crazy, bro.
What type of high school did you?
I don't want to get in.
What type of high school did you go to?
It went, in Torrance, it was fairly eclectic. A lot of white, a lot of Asian, black and brown. Torrance is interesting because by the ocean it's very nice, and then you hit Western, and that's when the gangs start or whatever, when the racism starts. I didn't draw the lines. The government did that, but that's just how it is. And but my cousins wouldn't like anybody who looked like that. Didn't like to cross Western because you got pulled over.
Okay, all right.
You got harassed by the police.
So your cousins didn't visit you?
I would go to the hood a lot.
Okay.
No, we visited them a lot more, but it was exciting over there. More fireworks, more guns and shit, and Be 4th of July, somebody pull out a gun and go pop, 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 pop. And you're like, Like, oh shit. Neighbors got bullet holes in the car, and I'm a child rubbing. Like, wow, this guy, you know. But it's sad. Yeah, I'm not trying to promote that life. It took
No,
my
we not
cousin. Two of my
promoting it.
cousins are in.
We are not promoting
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm
We
just being
laughing at it
honest.
because we survived it. We're
Yeah,
doing what comedians do. We're finding the nuance and talking about the funny and making it satirical. I don't know. I'm just saying multi-syllabic words for
I know
me.
what you mean. Like, I'm not trying to. I agree with you 100%.
Mm,
I'm never trying to glorify something that takes lives, but it is
absolutely.
funny when you sit back and look at all of it. You're like, this is crazy, y'all. What are we
Yeah.
doing here? We're getting
Yeah.
into, I mean, not we're, but they're getting into shootouts. For
LA
what?
Hood
For
sounds very
fucking what?
similar
Go
to. Oh, I said LA
to where? New
Hood
York?
is very similar to no Philly. I'm from Philly. And
Yeah.
Philly's hoods are slower. Like shit happens at a fast pace, but it's like I can't explain it. Like New York is stacked on top of each other. Philly is not. That shit is spread out. You can go to the suburbs and still end up in the hood. You're like, where the fuck? Like, how'd I end up back in North Philly? You think you found like
Yeah.
a portal or some shit? So, like when I was younger, like I grew up around all of that shit. So hearing you say that, I'm like, damn, I'm not from the West Coast, but I had similar upbringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's
now with
wildness, man.
the pill
It's,
shit, I was in group homes and the pill thing was the way that the pill thing affected me was they were prescribing kids Adderall and Ritalin and all that stuff. And then what was happening was the
let, let,
staff.
let's call them what they really are. Hang on, sorry. It's meth, y'all. That's fucking meth in a pill. Wake up.
It
Adderall is
is?
amphetamines. I'm sorry, I gotta get that out because yeah, look it up. It's amphetamine made by the
Uh,
Nazis. The old fucking. I swear. Sorry. I
no,
have to
don't
let the drug addicts
apologize.
know because some of them don't even know that. Yeah, yeah. You didn't even
Yeah.
know that. Did you know
I
that
did not know
Adderall is
that.
amphetamine?
No.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
Mm-hmm. They prescribed me Adderall and
That's
Ritalin
why I
and
was
all
like,
those
hold
things.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what's
It's
crazy?
wild life. They give kids speed.
Mm-hmm. Here's the crazy thing. The staff would like bribe the kids for the medicine. So that's when, and that was like 90, that was like 90 something, like late 90s, like approaching the 2000s. And like the staff would be like, yo, give me your pills. And it was weird because you used to have to take the pills, stick them like swallow them, open your mouth, show them like like I swallowed the pill. And then if they didn't trust you, they'll stick their finger in your mouth and like look around and be like, "Oh, okay, you swallowed it. Go ahead." Now, when that behavior switched, it was when staff stopped checking and was like, and they'll come to you later like, "Yo, did you swallow your pill?" And you'd be like, "No." And they'll be like, "Let me get that." And they'll give you snacks and shit, like Doritos.
Yeah.
So I seen
It's
that in a different
amphetamines.
way. Yeah, I seen that in a different way. We experienced the same thing, but like in a different, yeah, right. So,
Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
That's so fucking crazy, dude. They're just giving kids speed. And I try to, that's what it is. People are like, no, it's prescribed by your doctor. Fuck you, dude. They're giving children meth.
Yeah, why do you
It's
think that's so
crazy.
though?
It's so crazy.
What would be the reasoning behind that? I'm not saying I disagree. I just want to see like what would be the ultimate payoff for the government. Is to sell what sorry.
My thoughts are different, bro. Because they're ran by the devil and they answer to Satan and they want us poisoned and sick and not connecting to God so they can manipulate us and twist us and get us to do evil things.
Okay. Are you religious? Wait, no, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm trying to see if like the devil is the devil like is the devil symbolic for something, or is the devil like it's not the battle of right or wrong, it's good and evil. Right, what's up?
I didn't believe in any of this until 2 weeks ago.
What happened 2 weeks ago?
I experienced it in the spirit, ayahuasca in the spirit realm. And I made fun of holy rollers my entire life. I judged them. Okay. I was like, you guys are idiots. That's a man-written book. That's this, that's that. And then I did ayahuasca, and I fought you know who. And then I went, this shit's real. And it scared me.
You fought the devil?
Yeah.
What the devil look like? What that motherfucker look like?
Yeah.
Because what if he be walking around? What if the devil is around? What did he look like?
You know what he looks like. He looks like he looks like Biden. He looks like Trump. He looks like Bill Gates. He looks like anybody trying to take your sovereign, God-given rights. Mm-hmm. Anybody, you know, he looks like amphetamines. He's everywhere, bro. But it's hard. Like it's funny I say this shit. I know how it sounds too. I know how it sounds. I didn't believe it 2 weeks ago. I would be like, Craig's out to lunch. But anybody who's experienced what I've experienced, if you drink ayahuasca, you'll be like, oh shit. It's real.
There's a delay. There's a delay. I don't take my reaction. It's just a delay. I'm only like this because I'm listening. And then by the time I respond, it just looks like I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I'm not.
This fool's judging me.
Yeah, no, I'm not judging you. I grew up. You know what's weird is I grew up under that type of thinking because I grew up in religious households. Most of my foster parents were religious, and they said the same thing. And then when I got older, that I don't know if that way of thinking stopped, but I didn't hear it as much. And then when I like now, you're like the first person where I'm like, oh shit, like I remember that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, so I want to know how you got there. Like, what got you to ayahuasca? Like, what was the thing that was like, yo, I gotta try this shit? Because people explain ayahuasca to me, and they just say you throw up and you shit yourself for like 3 hours. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, but no, it's not that. There's many misconceptions.
Okay.
I mean, you can throw up and you purge demons and shit, mm-hmm. and you know whether it's real or not, it sure fucking feels real on the sauce. Like you'll be vomiting. It's called purging. You'll be purging vomit, but in your head, it's like maggots and it's like exorcisms.
You seen maggots?
And you like. Yeah, and people get scared of it, but I can't get enough of it. I'm gonna face what I gotta face, and I'm gonna get rid of this shit. It's like thorns. You know how like you get a splinter or a thorn in your skin and it gets infected? Yeah. So emotional and traumas that happen to your childhood are in your soul. They're embedded. They're stored. Those knots. And so you go do ayahuasca and you get rid of this shit, and then you're free, and then it allows you to fucking angel up and help people and heal.
So how many times have you done ayahuasca? What?
I just discovered it. I've only done it 10 times now.
How the fuck you just discover it and you've done it 10 times? How? I met you a month ago, right? Like Karen introduced us a month ago. So within that month, your life changed. And did you do ayahuasca consecutively 10 times, or did you spread it out within those 2 weeks?
It's a monthly thing in my church or circle. It's not a church.
I'm like, I'll go back to church. Church seem popping now. They giving out real shit. I go to church. If they like, here's some ayahuasca, I'm like, yo,
come with me, baby. Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. Come vomit a devil with me. Come fight that motherfucker. Woo! You ever been in a knife fight with the devil?
Nah.
Come on, baby, let's go.
They used to throw Bibles at the devil. My foster parents, they would like if they deemed something the devil, like maybe like their kid was talking back to them, they fucking grab that Bible from the side table and fucking whiz it at the head like. Shoo. Did you grow up in a religious family?
Devil. A little bit. They went to church. Some of them. Yeah, I went to church with Nana, and we grew up with it, but it didn't absorb. I was an altar boy for 10, 12 years, and I know one prayer. I was eating sugar, playing matches, running amok.
What's the prayer?
The Our Father who art thou in heaven. That one. That's the only one I know.
That's the universal prayer. That's like the Pledge of Allegiance of prayers. Like you don't even you just say it because that's the quickest thing you can remember. You're just like, oh
yeah.
Yeah. And I know God is grace, God is good. Remember God is grace, God is good. Remember that kid's prayer? Yeah.
Bro, that shit. I became a believer a week ago. Like,
damn.
And it wasn't until my 10th time. It wasn't until my 10th time on ayahuasca, because and then I started asking questions, and then they're like, "Yeah, dog, this shit's real. There's a spiritual war going on. You didn't know?" And I was like, "I thought it was fake."
Damn.
But you look outside and you go, "Oh, I see it. I see it."
What do you see? What are we missing? As the sleepers, I'm a sleeper. I'm still asleep, or at least I feel like I'm still asleep.
What are you missing?
Meaning you saying that
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know if I phrased it right. I was trying to go off your last statement where you said the spiritual war thing, and I'm saying like what indicates the spiritual war, and what are people not seeing?
Anybody trying to take your essence, stay pure, stay in your heart.
Okay.
You know what it is. You sell out this. You sell. You do. It's drugs or this or that or it's. I can't. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't flow, let it go. I don't know how to. Just come drink ayahuasca with me, bro. I don't fucking know, dog. Come on, come get some.
Nah, I can't move to ayahuasca. I tried shrooms for the first time. That shit had me sitting there shaking like a goddamn rescue. I was like a rescue during the thunderstorm, dog. I was just shaking. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll stick to weed. Weed is perfect.
Weeds for pussies. Come get some, Monroe. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Yo, so I want to circle back to your family stuff. So you spent a lot of time with your grandma because you went to church with your nana.
Yeah.
Were you raised primarily by her? Oh.
Yes and no, but yeah, a lot. Like we spent the weekends with Nana, or I lived with my Mexican grandma, Kiki. We called her that because her name was Eduviges Morial Lugo Soto, so we called her fucking Kiki. That's a joke, but it's true. And but she didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Spanish, but it was just love. It was just through, she just made you food and was a sweet little old lady. And always scared of everything because, she knew the devil was real.
And she was trying to tell you, you just didn't speak Spanish, and it took ayahuasca, it took noun for you to be like, that's what the fuck she was talking about? Who were you closer
Yeah,
with? Were you
yeah.
closer with your white nana or a Mexican nana?
Probably Nana just because of the language barrier. But yeah, I love them both dearly. They're they're just that
Yeah,
sweet. Just they give you the shirt off their back. They only knew love
yeah,
and to give you everything, always.
yeah.
They
Do
took
you?
everybody in. My grandma Kiki,
Yeah.
she took everybody in. Anybody in and out of prison, in and out of the streets, molestation, whatever. She took them in.
Mm,
Come here, sweetie. I got you. I got you.
yeah. Yeah, Nana used to be the remedy back then. I don't think the Nanas are the same. Like, I don't think today's grandmas are like the grandmas back in the day that they was like, yo, you got somebody fucked up in your neighborhood? Send them down the street to Nana's. She gonna rehab them with pancakes, some house chores, a little bit of Jesus. I don't think that Nana
Yeah.
exists anymore.
Nanas be twerking out there now. Nanas
Yo,
ain't the same.
I think the downslide of
Nanas,
Nanas.
stop shaking your ass, Nana.
Remember that machine, that Thigh Master thing? That what's that lady, Cyndi
Yeah.
Lauper, whoever? She was like showing
Suzanne
off.
Summers.
Suzanne Summers.
Susan Summers.
Suzanne
Yeah.
Summers. That was the downslide. When Nana started toning up their thighs, that's when fucking they're like, fuck these kids, fuck this block, fuck this community. I'm getting these thighs right.
That was the first hot Nana, and she ruined it for all of them. She ruined
Yo.
it. All the Nanas were like, I want to be hot like her. And then now they're all
Yo.
twerking and popping their ass.
There's too many hot Nanas out there. You're absolutely right. There's too many hot grandmas out there. We both comedians. I don't know what demographic you get to your show, but right now my demo's like 25 to like 60 something. And these 60 somethings be at these shows polished. They be looking polished.
Yeah.
You were like, you a grandma? They'll be out here squatting.
We need Medea
lifting.
back. We need those. We need those big booties wearing those muumuus, those big old parachute dresses.
Smell like Medea tuna a little bit.
And yeah, just think. My grandma, Mexican side, she was a big lady, and she rubbed animal lard, manteca. She'd rub animal lard on her face, but she had no wrinkles, bro. She had no wrinkles. Beef tallow. Yeah. I swear to God, she make beans and just go like this. I swear to God, on my life. Isn't that crazy?
I believe you.
She didn't.
Where do you think we got Vaseline from? Where do you think Vaseline? Vaseline is fucking crude oil. And people are like, yeah, gotta put that Vaseline before you go outside. So I believe it. I definitely believe it. And that shit worked. But yeah, there's no
They didn't wrinkle. They didn't get wet.
Nothing.
They were scotch guarded from the rain, bro. They were fucking greased up.
That shit just hit them, fucking beat off of them. They don't make nanas like they used to. I think my grandma was my grandma's a sweet lady now, but she was like, my grandma was in shape for a good portion of her grandmahood. As long as I remember, my grandma had a treadmill in the house, elliptical or some sort of workout shit. Like her goal was to keep her man happy, and then the grandkids came later. So I didn't get like the grandma that like rehabbed the whole block, but being in foster care, I had access to those nanas.
That's funny. I had both because the white side, she did the Suzanne Summers. She'd be exercising. She was a fast lady. She had 3 husbands and buried them all. And my Mexican side was the other. She took. Yeah, she did. She drank them to death. She was a drinker. She'd be Chardonnay, bro. And but my Mexican side was the take everybody in, the big old parachute dress, and it's all love and food and stuff.
Yeah. What side did you like more? You said, or you said you liked the good balance of it. You was able to appreciate both sides.
I truly love a good balance of it, but I had
Mm-hmm.
more fun on the Mexican side just because there was more kids, more fireworks, more
Yeah.
trouble, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
Well,
looking back, I probably should have went the other way a little more, but you know,
is
whatever.
your white side more sophisticated? Like, is everybody? Because your dad was a bookie. That don't seem like that
Yeah,
much
that's
sophisticated.
it's weird because they have aristocratic vibes, but it's like, and I when I analyze it, I'm like, yo, bro, we're white trash. You know, like it's crazy. Like it, but white trash with arrogance. You know,
Mm.
there they it was weird. Um,
What's above
they would
trash?
judge. I don't even know. I just been a blue collar guy my whole life.
Mm.
I like it that way. I
Yeah.
never liked the upper echelons or the lower echelons. I like regular people.
Yeah.
I don't that's who I vibe with, that's who I am, and I like it that way. But I just want that money. I want that upper echelon money.
Get that upper
Yeah, but
echelon money. When's your relationship with
yeah.
money start? I got two more questions. Well, I got a lot more questions for you, but let me ask you: when's your relationship with money start? When were you like, yo, money is important because of X, Y, and Z?
Uh, I don't know how to answer that question. So money, I've always been a hustler and I always try to get it from a little kid. I was selling shit in grade school, in second grade.
Mm-hmm.
Before the Playboys entered my life, I would gather up hooker flyers off the floor in Las Vegas and sell them. I was in
Okay.
second grade. I got ratted out by Jimmy. Jimmy ratted me out of the teacher, and I go to the principal's office for selling hooker flyers in second grade, bro. Isn't that crazy? My dad didn't
Damn.
tell me to do that. I did that on my own. And then,
So
so I always wanted money, but when did I get a healthy relationship was maybe like 2 years ago. I've been poor my whole life until 2 years ago. I started making it in stand up and making money.
Mm. So I I don't know if I phrased the question right. So like I so like when you get $1 from like your dad or your grandma, I feel like most kids' instinct is to get that money just so they can exchange it for the thing they want. Like they don't look at the money
Ah,
as any importance. They're just like money gets candy. But when did it become more than candy for you? When was it like money is freedom, money is respect, money is power? Like when did that click in your head? Does that make
oh
sense? Or am I still
man. As
rambling?
far back, yes,
Okay.
yes. No, you make perfect sense. As far back as I can remember, I was always
Mm-hmm.
like, get money, save it. I had like,
Okay.
I was investing in stocks as a kid. Like I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, Dad, put my money in Krispy Kreme donuts. They got a long line." And then I made 10 grand as a kid in Krispy Kreme donuts. It wasn't
God
until I
damn.
became a drug addict where I was like, "Sell my stock. I need some heroin." And then it went bad. It went real bad. But that was later when I was an adult.
I'm sorry. But yo, kudos for you for using an asset to feed an addiction. Like you didn't have to go work. You didn't have to
Yeah.
go to McDonald's. You weren't at
No.
McDonald's. You was fucking like, yo, let me sell
Yeah.
some of these Croc stocks. That's funny. That is funny. Who
Yeah.
taught you about money?
Yeah.
Who taught you about stocks and all of that stuff?
My daddy, my grandpa, my aunt,
Mm-hmm.
everyone was hustlers. Or half of them.
Mm-hmm.
They all had businesses,
Well,
whether they're
hustle means
legit
something different
or
to
not
me
legit.
because I know hustlers. Like I grew up with hustlers, but they didn't know like legit hustles. They didn't know about stocks. Stocks for them was getting getting sneakers before the release date and selling them double the price or something like the reseller thing.
Yeah.
But nobody the people I was around who was getting money never brought up, yo, put your money in a stock, get a bond, get a CD, get some real estate. Like all of that talk that's happening in the community that I grew up in seems like it's happening within the last like 5 to 10 years. But you learned that early. Like your family was hustlers to the point where they were like, yo, we know every hustle. We know stock, legit hustles, and we know street hustles.
Yeah. We did both.
Okay, all right.
We did illegal and legit. But the illegal enterprises, we were never like, no one was. My dad's a bookie, but not like the mob. Like nobody lost their legs, you know. It's just like it wasn't like that. Like how I sold weed. Like, oh, you ripped me off for an eighth. You just don't buy weed off me anymore. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna send my cousins your way. What, over $50? You're just not my friend anymore. It was like, bye. You know, it wasn't like that. We were baby criminals. It wasn't like, you know.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's where things differ. I feel like the kids I grew up around, when they sold weed, it was a lot dangerous. That seems cool. You can sell weed and be like that's like Pineapple Express type shit.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. That was me. I swear to God. Yeah.
So but
there was a little danger.
No, not saying it wasn't dangerous at all. Like you sold drugs. No, but you definitely going to jail or somebody going to try to rob you. But you didn't have, like, there was no gang war. There was no gang officiation surrounded by it. You was just getting money.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I got robbed a couple times, but there was no turf war, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the worst?
I was
robbery?
Like, yeah.
What was the one that was like, all right, I should stop selling weed?
Just getting taken to like a bad neighborhood and that, you know, and I was never robbed at gunpoint, but like you just go to a house and you're like, oh shit, I got. You know, I gotta get out of here. You can have my money. I don't care. I just want to get out alive and get tricked, you know?
Damn.
And I was like, by people you think they're your friends, but they just take you to the wrong guy. Yeah. And some of my buddies would rob fools and I stopped being friends with them. I was like, what are you doing? And they're just drug addicts, you know? They'd say, meet me at the park. And then they'd fight a fool over an 8-ball or whatever, or coke or heroin. And, like I got pretty deep with it, but I give this analogy. I like analogies to try. Like we went swimming in the deep end with drugs and narcotics, but like I held on to the side of the pool.
Yeah.
And like we kept, and like, they kept going. They kept going. I'm like, hey guys, what are you doing? We're going too far. And I pulled it back, and they just kept going. And you know they're dead or in jail or fucking it's dark.
Were your friends diverse, or was it like, did you have white friends and Mexican friends because you went back and forth to different hoods?
All of it, really, yeah. But the hood people I stopped hanging out with because we would go to the beach and they would have like a 44 Magnum under their seat. And I'm like, what are you doing? We're going surfing. We're going fucking surfing, dude. I'm like, I don't want a fucking 44 Mag. Fucking Mooney, this fool Mooney pulled out a 44 in Hermosa. I'm like, dog, what are you doing?
You ain't watched Jaws enough. You gotta go strap. You gotta pull up to the beach ready. Like, what the
fuck? We're going surfing. This fool brings a hand cannon to the beach. He's like, stay ready. I'm like, no, dog. Enjoy the sun. So I like guns, but not like that. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Have you ever been in a situation where you got pulled over and somebody had some shit in the car? Like where?
Yeah, I've been arrested 4 times, bro. I threw firecrackers at police officers on horses before. That was an accident.
They deserve it. They own horses. Come on now.
It made the paper, and 3 of them, and
How old were you?
I got pulled over. I was 25.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you was a
It's what
kid.
got me into comedy.
Yeah,
No, it's
how?
what sobered me up. Because I was in jail and I had 4 charges, and I
Mm-hmm.
was a drug addict with no outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy, I work with Brian Granger. I work with him at Trader Joe's, and he's like, "Man, you're crazy. You're funny. You got to go do stand up." And I was
Yeah,
like, I always felt it was in my soul, and I wanted to do it, but I wasn't ready because I was on drugs and being a knucklehead. And then
yeah.
I got arrested. I had 4 charges: I had assault on the officer, assault on the horse officer, possession of explosive devices, and detonation of explosive devices. And then I was like, oh, I better get sober and find God and get into stand up. But then here we are 13 years later, and I barely found God 2 weeks ago.
Hey, man, it, you got to be patient, man. Wait,
Yeah,
they
but
made
I
it sound
just,
so fancy. They made it sound like you detonated a bomb. You just lit a fucking firecracker and you threw it at a
that's what I
horse cop.
said.
They made it sound like it was a terrorist attack. What type of firecracker
That's what
was it?
I said. Just some good old black cats, good old classic. I had
So
some mortars, some Roman
so,
candles,
yeah, they
a
couldn't
lot of
do no real
rockets.
danger. They just be loud. They're like, bow, but ain't nobody gonna get hurt.
Yeah, the cop on the horse, man. It was an accident. I didn't see him. Don't look. People are gonna judge me. Honestly, I was on
No,
cocaine and whiskey, and it was an accident. And that's life. I'm sober now. It's all good. We
yeah,
repent.
no. Repent, man. Goddamn repent. You good. So
Yeah.
that was your Hispanic side of the town. How was birthdays? So what was like your best birthday or your worst birthday party? Where was your worst birthday party at?
Oh my God, bro! Birthday parties were cracking, dude. We had musical chairs,
Mm-hmm.
piñata, egg toss,
Mm,
music.
mm,
Uh, Most time the parents would party harder than the kids. We had
absolutely.
the jumpies. We My mom making enchiladas for everybody. Oh man, birthday parties were cracking, bro. Cracking.
Mm.
So much so that this year I think I'm gonna have one more big one, throw it back like we used to at my mama's house and do piñata, egg toss, musical chairs,
How
fucking
old are you turning?
tacos, enchiladas, all that shit.
What? How old are
I
you?
forgot. 30, 39? I was
You
born
gonna
in
be
84.
39?
How old am I?
I
I
don't know,
think
man.
so. Or 40.
Yeah. And so
I
the
don't know, man. I
39th,
forgot.
well, you turn the 40 or you turn it. So, all right, cool. I'm just making sure it was like a
I think
benchmark.
I'm
Or you
turning
just like,
39.
look, I forget too. I'm 37.
I'm gonna be 40. Wow, I'm old, bro. Because I think I got to do the math. I'm turning 40 in May, I believe. 2024. I was born in 84. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 40 yeah, yeah. That's right, man. I'm turning 40. Wow.
All right, shit. Yo, then turn up.
That's
Get the piatas. Get
yeah.
everything. Turn the fuck
I'm
up.
getting it all
Enjoy
out.
it.
Yeah, but those
What?
parties were cracking, dude. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so you never had to have like a birthday party at McDonald's or where did I go? My first time to LA, I went to somebody took me to a spot to do comedy, and it was a pizza shop slash laundromat, and there was a birthday party going on on the other side where there was a comedy show going on, and I was like, that gotta be the worst birthday party ever. Like you're the last priority. Like you're this there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it was just
That
weird.
sounds like
It's,
that's that sounds like a shitty show and a shitty birthday party.
no, it was a
That
terrible
sounds like a
show.
double
Everything was
shitty.
mediocre. The pizza was trash. The comedy was okay. I won't say the comedy was trash. The mic system was good for that type of situation where you're like, oh shit, they really can't hear on that other side. But when you make eye contact with a kid who's just trying to eat his pizza, and you're like trying to live out your
That's
dream, and this kid is just like, I just want to eat a slice. I don't want to hear the sadness. And then there's people washing their clothes.
You're like, what is? You're
That was
trying
the
to
first
get
time
the
I
kid
ever seen
and
that.
go, what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before. That's only some LA shit. I've never seen that combo. So I assumed that he wasn't the only one that had a party there. Like there was other people that had parties there. So I was trying to see if you had like parties, what would be the equivalent to a party like that in your life?
I mean, I definitely went to Chuck E. Cheese for some birthday parties, but we did them in our backyard, in front yard.
Chuck E. Cheese ain't bad.
At home.
You think Chuck E. Cheese bad? I would think Chuck E. Cheese is a step up from a home party.
No, go to Chuck E. Cheese in the hood. And it's crazy.
Oh shit.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese where they got metal detectors.
Yeah. Like, yo, the baby strapped. The baby can't come in here with his hat on. Like they telling you the baby can't come in with boots. They're like, no boots, no fittings. Yeah. Take the hat off. Nigga, it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Check his socks. Check his socks. He got a 22 in his diaper bag. He got a 22.
Here's the one thing I noticed about Chuck E. Cheese. I took my nephew to Chuck E. Cheese years ago because there's one like not too far from me, and it don't smell like pizza. Like their main purpose is their pizzeria with video games. And the last smell is pizza. Like, you don't smell pizza being made or anything in Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, that's the devil. That's the motherfucking devil.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's they giving your kids toys made in China with lead, and they're gonna they chew on it. And they got plastic cheese. There's no health in there. There's no God in Chucky.
Yeah. Yo, toys were definitely made out of a lot of hazardous materials back then. Like, I think a leading cause of kid cancer was like G.I. Joe and other kids.
I believe it.
Other toys that kids put in their mouth. Because when did kids start getting cancer? That is like an old person disease for a long time.
Yeah, it's all environmental. There's asbestos in our walls and in our insulation. It's crazy, bro. Nah. They're giving them fucking they're giving kids Oxycontin now and
for what?
Amphetamines.
What's the Oxy do? What's the Oxy for?
I just seen it. Oxycontin is.
You seen somebody giving them Oxycontin? Giving the kid an Oxy?
No, I saw it on the news. They approved Oxycontin in low doses for children in pain or something. Like, it's crazy. I never saw it firsthand, but I see the regulations allowing it. That's what I saw. And I know parents will give it to him. Anything to get Timmy to calm down. Yeah. He's hyper. I don't want to deal with him. Take this heroin in a pill.
Yo, they've been prepping kids for a while, though. They've been prepping kids. Remember Smarties? I think Smarties was the gateway to all this other shit. Like, they look just like every other prescription pill.
Yeah.
Different colors and everything.
All chalky.
Yep.
Yeah, it tastes like shit. Just, yeah.
Smarties is the gateway to fucking prescription drugs.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy. It's yeah.
No. What was
it's all connected in my opinion.
It's all connected. What was I want to get back to your childhood. Were you able to call your mom by her first name? Like your parents, how were you able to address them? Were you able to like address them by the first name, or what? Did it have to be like a mom and dad, or?
Yeah, I was a little shit. I called them by their names and stuff and ran amok. And
Yeah.
I lack of respect, but yeah,
They beat your
yeah,
ass for
I'm
it?
not proud of it, but yeah. Sometimes my daddy would. My mom would, like, it didn't hurt and I would laugh, but it was, I was, nothing made sense in my household. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
I got suspended from school, my dad would fake spank me and be like, fuck the teacher, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, but then I might get my ass whooped when he was drunk and in a mood, or, you know, and it didn't make any sense.
Nah.
Um, and he wasn't so violent. He just was scary, you know. That
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Like
And
loud and
he
yeah.
only played with. No, he was like just a no nonsense, you know.
Mm.
He would only play with us when he was drunk and somebody would get hurt, you know. He
Mm.
did the best. I love my daddy and it's all good. I'm sure he was tortured by his daddy, so he did the best he
Yeah.
could with what he had, with the skills he had. And
Yeah.
he's got a lot of love in his heart, but he just didn't know. He didn't know. So he would,
Yeah.
you know, you're five. He'd be like, "Shut the fuck up," you know. He'd be like, "Oh shit," you
Yeah.
know. He just that was he didn't. He was handling life. I don't.
Who?
I harbor
But
no
who
ill will.
didn't
It's
know
all
you
love.
couldn't? Who didn't know you couldn't play with your kids drunk? Like no one says that. The doctor doesn't tell you that. Like, hey, you gonna want to be
No.
sober when you tossing them up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of head injuries. Yeah.
It's good that you got that type of outlook on life, and that you understand your parents were just parenting. They were doing what they thought would. They're
Yeah.
still living their life. You know what I mean? Like now that I'm an adult and I see how other people handle their kids, I'm like, fuck, you still are trying to manage your adult life. And then you got to make time for your kids and how you like raise them. And sometimes you don't have time, so you're just always reacting. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like I know a lot of kids that
Yeah.
got hit just because that was their mom's reaction. Like their mom just, that hand just went back. It just no. You remember that movie? What was it, Rookie of the Year, with the kid who could throw the fastball?
Yeah. Smack.
That's what that
Yeah.
shit was like. Whack! Like I knew kids who just got their ass beat just for the sake of getting their ass beat. It was no
Yeah, I
rhyme or
remember that.
reason
Remember he
to
goes
it.
whack.
Yeah. Yep.
And he said, in the doctor's office, he smacked the doctor and he said, "Monkey butt loving." He's like, "Did you just say monkey
Like,
butt
were you
loving?"
butt loving? And that was like the closest you ever get to a curse word in a PG movie. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
monkey butt loving. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just say motherfucker. Yeah.
No, they were just surviving. They're just surviving.
Yeah.
I don't blame anybody surviving. They're doing the best they can with what they have.
Yeah. What's your relationship like with them
Yeah.
now? Like, do you still have a relationship?
With my daddy yet? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got fish tacos yesterday. We went to the pet store to get dog dewormer, to get rid of parasites. So that's funny. Isn't that funny? Me and my dad went to PetSmart to buy dog dewormer so we could drink it. There's parasites. There's worms in meat. If you eat meat, you got parasites, and all you got to do is go take some dog dewormer and get rid of it.
Yeah,
I know that sounds crazy, but I swear to God.
No, that does sound crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but I was with you. I was with you until you said that part. Until you were like, oh shit. Until you were like, and we take it. I was like, oh, get dog dewormer. Yeah, give it to your dog. Like maybe y'all adopted a dog together.
We don't
and
have a dog.
Like, yeah. Wait. Who initiated that? That was your dad's idea or your idea? To go get the dog dewormer.
His buddy had cancer and parasites and was dying, and he they're just different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
rather than go to chemo, he took dog dewormer, and
Yeah.
he's survived 3 years now. They said he was going to die, so
Holy
3 years on
shit.
dog dewormer because if you eat meat, you get
Yeah.
parasites. Parasites can even be in fruit. They could be worms in a nectarine. And your
Mm.
dog gets it, your cat gets it. Why wouldn't you get it? You eat sushi, you got parasites. Just
Yeah.
Google parasites in meats. Mexican culture, the reason they cook carne asada and they burn it was to kill the parasites because it was cheap meat and it had worms. They didn't want the
Mm.
worms, they didn't want the parasites, so they burnt the meat to cook it out. Now, of
Yeah.
course, you can go to a human doctor and get real human dewormer, but it's the same fucking ingredient. I don't have
Mm.
insurance, so I just go to the PetSmart and you get dog dewormer. You drink a packet and you get rid of your parasites. It sounds crazy, but
When,
hey, if your dog gets parasites, if your cat gets parasites, they exist, bro. There's parasites in us, and you just get some dewormer. Yeah, and they
I
say that's what
agree.
Alzheimer's is, the plaque in your brain.
I
They
I
can't they
agree
don't. Yeah, yeah.
with the whole, because now that I have a cat and a dog, and the way that we're supposed to feed our dog and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, why wouldn't that apply to humans too? Like they say, don't feed your dog table food, but the food that we eat, if it's not good for the dog, then why would it be good for us? You know, like I got specially
Yeah.
made dog food. Like we got like shit that you got to get shipped, and I'm like, well, why would I just order Chick-fil-A? Why would
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just do that? But no, I understand who. So, what happened? What was the side effect of
You know
taking
what's
dog
funny?
dewormers? Did you get to see what happened?
Nothing. It's like taking an aspirin. You don't even notice. Um, the funniest part is I know that the meat system is dirty, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like the way we do it. It's not grass-fed cows roaming the pasture anymore. The
Mm-hmm.
shit is dark, dude. But
Yeah.
my head is like, I love steak, I love cheeseburgers. I'm not gonna quit meat, so I'll take dog dewormer to fight the worms, the parasites.
So,
And
what
just
does it
like
look like?
monthly,
Did
just
you
to get rid
shit
of
out
them.
worms? Do you shit out worms? Like, what's the
No,
poop
it's
like? What's it? What's the effect it has
no
on your
nothing.
body? Can you see nothing? Oh.
It's microscopic. You just pee it out. Your liver and tummy
Oh.
handle business, and it just turns into regular poop, regular piss. Your body takes care of itself and heals itself. And in fact, if
Mm.
ever you're sick, just starve yourself. Fast. Look up Dr. Sebi. They killed that fool. Go to the
Yeah.
jungle. Don't listen to Big Pharma. They're the devil. They're a profit-driven business. They don't care about you. They want your
Yeah.
money. They want your kids. They're coming. Wake up.
But
Go to the jungle. Dr. Sebi, baby. Dog the wormer.
no, can I pay somebody to go to the jungle though? Because I don't want to go to the jungle. Like I don't got no guide to tell me what to eat and what not to eat. So I would need
I'll take
somebody
you,
to
bro.
go to
Come to
the
LA.
jungle. I'm not going to the jungle. I would pay somebody to grab it like a fucking like a task rabbit or like those shoppers at Costco. Like, can I do that?
You, you don't have to go to the jungle. You could just fast for 3 days and eat a gang of papayas. You
So
could
can
go
I?
to a bodega, just get some papaya, mango, some God's fruit, non-GMO, non-manipulated, old school, ancient foods, ancient
Yeah.
grains.
You know
You
what's
know,
crazy? I live in an area that's, I like saying, predominantly other, because it's mixed around here. There's Spanish, there's Asian, there's like that European, like that poor European that don't get commercials. You know what I'm talking about? Like that European where they like,
yeah,
yo, these motherfuckers equivalent to Africa and nobody's saying
yeah.
shit. We get them over here too. So that allows us to have fresh fruit and veggies and all of that stuff, because they don't really eat that many fast food chains. Like they don't support that shit because no one really speaks the language. They would have to convert the whole menu. So we get a lot of like a lot of just like produce stands that are just in the middle of the street that have all types of shit, like shit with like spikes on it, fucking weird shaped shit. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, shit you only see in Zelda.
That's what That's where you want to go. You'll go to any ethnic,
Mm-hmm.
anybody super ethnic. Go eat what they're eating. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Go get sour sop, bitter melon,
Yeah.
jackfruit, all that shit, and starve yourself and only eat once a day or 0 times a day, and just eat
Yeah.
fruit or fruit
Is that what
juices,
you're on
and
now?
you'll kill the parasites. I'm trying
When
to
did you?
get it right.
Yeah.
I be fucking up. Yeah, I ate in and out. You know, I'm human. It's okay.
How often do you fuck up?
Oh, it's a never ending cycle, my man. I'm uh yeah, all the time. Fucking trying to quit weed, and I want to go to my daddy's house right now and smoke up and take some dog dewormer, you know.
No, I was more so
I
talking about
struggle.
food.
I
Yeah.
Oh, food's
I was talking
tough.
about,
I
yeah,
love
like
sugar.
fasting and stuff. Yeah.
A lot of a lot of ex drug addicts love that sugar. I don't know what it is, but it fucking sugar's got a hold of me, bro. But I try to do it in fruit now. So instead of eating a fucking cake, I'll eat a half a melon or a whole
Yeah.
cantaloupe or watermelon. You know, I try to
Oh.
switch it. It's like, okay, I need sugar, but I'm gonna eat God sugar with fiber so my body could digest it. Like you try to
Mm-hmm.
have it in its original form. Instead of having an 8 ounce glass of orange juice, just eat fucking 4 oranges. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna get all that fiber to help you digest it, rather than just a sugar rush. Even though
Yeah.
it's natural sugar, it's still sugar, and
Mm.
and they say you get it better that way. Anyways, you get all the H3O2s and stuff, and it's I don't understand it, but I just listen to people like Dr. Sebi,
Yeah.
Dr. Morse, anybody who's getting flagged by the government. That's who I listen to,
Mm. What age did you
because they
discover
be
this?
censoring the
Was
real
this
truth.
was this when you started ayahuasca, or was this before ayahuasca? Like this health journey. Like where
Oh,
did this come from?
I um I always knew something was wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
when I finally started to practice what I preach, I recent times, the pandemic, I tried,
Mm-hmm.
like, basically this year I'm trying to get my health in order. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm different, bro. I ate a quarter of mushrooms when I was 16 years old. I never really thought what everybody thought. I
Yeah.
never I mean, I don't want to say it, but I thought 9/11 was an inside job in '02. You know, like now
Yeah.
people are like coming to that realization 20 years. My tweaker uncle has been telling us the devil is going to chip us since 1992.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, and now it's coming. Now they talk about that little rice grain in your right hand, take the
But
digital
we
currency.
already
It's
chipped.
coming, bro. That's why I'm
We
nah,
chipped.
it's
We
you chipped
chipped
when you
with
chipped.
these. We chipped with these. We
Yeah.
chipped with anything that you gotta, like your credit card is chipped. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find a technology that can track anything that has to
Hey,
connect to
hey.
Wi-Fi. What's up?
Yes, but it's not in you. You could put it down. You could leave your wallet at home. You could leave your phone at home and go to the
But that's
jungle.
the trick though. They know they don't have to put it in you. They're like, why put it in them when they're going to pay top dollar to wear it and carry it around everywhere they go? Like you've been on vacation, you've been to islands that don't got like proper running water. They be like, hey, don't drink that water. Only use it to brush your teeth. But they got Wi-Fi. They gonna make sure you connected to that grid.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nah, I
saying,
mean, I hear you. I hear you.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
like,
just
the chip
saying,
thing already happened, and they don't got to get us to put it inside of us because we're already volunteering to walk around with it all day.
I agree to some extent, but
Okay.
they always want more. They want
Yeah.
more control. They want a cashless society to
Mm-hmm.
where if you speak up, they turn off your money and you're banished. And I know that sounds crazy, but every day that goes by, it's getting a little bit more real. You hear that
Wait.
Nazi Mr. Davos talking about it.
I don't know who Mr. Davos is, but are you pro?
You don't even
Bitcoin?
know who the World Economic Forum is?
No, motherfucker.
I'm pro. Yeah, Google that. Google that.
Fareed, bring it up.
World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll
but a video, because I don't want to read. I don't want to read.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same. It's so funny to me that people don't even know about this shit, and this Nazi is trying to take over the world. That's how good the game is. They don't even know. And they say it in their words. This isn't even my words. He said in an interview, there's a war on humanity, and don't worry, we will win. That was his words out of his mouth in a speech. Also, he's wearing like a Darth Vader cloak, and you're like, I don't trust this motherfucker. And then he has a book called Agenda 2030. And motherfuckers be like, there's no agenda. I'm like, there's a book. There's a book. Yeah. He wrote it. It's called Agenda. And then they're like, there's no narrative. I'm like, that's part 2. It's called The Great Narrative. They wrote it out. It's all in their book. And they think they get people like me. Go to Amazon and Google Charles Schwab, Agenda 2030, The Great Reset, and The Great Narrative. And then they make fun of all these crazy fucks. And they got books with it's in the title. It's just like how coronavirus came from bat soup right next to the coronavirus factory. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is my
There's a coronavirus factory? I thought it was from a bat.
I'm sorry, laboratory. No. I speak different.
Exactly. I thought somebody was making bat tacos.
And then, I'll eat that.
You eat a bat taco. All right. Wait, could you find anything for Reed? I want to watch those videos on the Patreon or something. I'm going to watch those videos later. Because I'm not a kid. I loosely believe conspiracy theories. Like loosely, meaning like if they sound entertaining, then I'm like, oh, okay, let's see where this can go. Let's see if this pop up again. So I want to investigate this. I want to watch this. All right. So one more question. I'll let you go after this because we've been talking for an hour. Actually, sorry.
I'll send you some stuff now that I know you're willing to hear the truth.
Yo,
they're fucking coming, bro. We're 2 clicks away. We're 2 clicks away. Get your guns, pray to God. Let's go.
What do you think your family motto is? If your family had a motto, what would it be?
Ignore it.
Ignore it?
Yeah. Nobody handles nothing.
They're just like
family motto. I take that back. Just laugh. Nah. We be laughing at atrocities and horrible things to heal and deal with stuff.
Yeah.
We're just my Mexican side. They're all comedians. Shit, my white side too. Some of my uncles are funnier than me. My cousins. Yeah. My cousin Sean, Groucho, aka Groucho from Southeast LA. That motherfucker is the funniest motherfucker I ever met in my life. He's got jokes for days. He just speaks in stand up. Yeah. But he never did it. He just went to gang bang. He's retired now though. He's good. He's a
now he got time to do stand up.
He got 2 teardrops, but not in the 90s in prison. Now face tattoos are common.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he's a comedian,
but he, he's
all right.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. Yo. But I love him. He's nothing but respect.
Yeah. Yo, Craig, thank you for coming on, man. Yeah, just laugh. I like that. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate the time, man. My verdict, based off all the relatable shit that you said, like everything you were saying, I could relate to your lifestyle. I was like, you definitely public property. You're going to be in that group home. They would have had you there. You'd have been getting your hair braided and everything, dog. You'd have been in these group homes. So I deem you public property on my end, but it's up to the listeners to be like, this seems like the normal American upbringing. Like this is what Americans go through. Like this is the norm, but I don't think it's the norm. I think you public
I
property.
thought I thought that too. I
Yeah.
thought that my childhood was normal, and then I tell stories, and people are like, "What?"
That's why I
Like,
started this
most
podcast
people
because
go to the park.
yeah, I started this podcast because when people go, "Oh, what was like growing up in foster care?" and I'll be like, "Okay, well, X, Y, and Z," or I'll say something so matter of fact, they're like, "What? That's not normal." I'm like, "Says who?" So
It was like normal for me.
it's normal for me. But dog, I appreciate your time. Tell these people where they can find you.
Hey, CraigConant.com, Craig P. Conant on all social media platforms. Much love to you. Respect.
No. Thank you so much,
Peace to
man.
all y'all. Peace.